Good morning, folks. I'm at the town you surely know from German history, at a very, very historical place. See what this is behind me? No, it's not a mine entrance, but I'm pretty much sure you get it when I'm gonna turn around and I show you this. These two in the background. Sure, I must be at the town called Remagen, right? Yes, absolutely right. But I'm not actually at Remagen. Remagen is on the other side of the river. There is also the Peace Museum, and I'm at the side where the tunnel entrance is located, so that's the right side of the Rhine, because apparently it was the movie that started my interest. If you haven't seen it, it's a wartime classic movie, but it leaves open questions, especially when you not know where the tunnel is located and so on, and how people got out from the tunnel without getting in the line of fire. So that's the right-hand side bridge portal, and you can see there's still much battle damage to see already. All those holes and break aparts came from American forces firing onto the positions of the Germans, which would be located upward, somewhere there. Another thing that isn't really touched in the movie is that when the Americans tried to advance over the bridge, it was already prepared for demolition by the Germans. But during that time that the Americans tried to, as seen in the movie, disarm those charges and get rid of the main fuse line, they were not also taken under fire from the bridge portal buildings, the bridge towers. They were also taken under fire from some sniper nests that were put up on the riverbank. There were some small barges, or larger barges, transport barges, located down the river, and there were snipers having their position, trying to shoot at the American forces. However, they didn't manage to hit them or kill them in some way, and the Americans really made it over the bridge. And in the moment when the charges exploded, the bridge didn't blow up because the Germans had mined that bridge, but after the end of the French campaign, they had taken all the explosives off from the bridge, and had put them in storage. So when this bridge had to be set up for destruction again, the battle commander here had to he had to order new explosives, and he wouldn't quite get what he wanted and what he needed, because he would have needed dynamite. He needed dynamite, but what he getting was donerit, which is also explosive, but it's lower grade explosive made for industrial purpose, like in mine companies and stuff like that. And he also didn't quite the amount he ordered, so when he set that up and he finally managed to blow up the bridge, nothing was really happening. The bridge just raised a bit, sunk down, and that's it. At least the Americans were afforded with what they were doing, and they could cross the Rhine in this place here with at least, I believe, around 8,000 soldiers to help liberate Germany and make a bridgehead here, which they hope they would have. Anyhow, it didn't quite go that well and easy. 10 days after they had taken the bridge plummeted into the river, collapsed, took many soldiers with itself, and it wasn't due to the damage that the bridge had taken from German artillery. It wasn't due to that it had taken any damage from German bombardment. The Germans used the Arado RL-234 jet bomber to fly an attack on the bridge, and it didn't prove that this would go well for the Germans. However, they didn't hit the bridge. They even fired V2 rockets from a position in Hellendoorn, it's in the Netherlands, which is located that way down, but didn't hit the bridge. But the overall damage, and quite also the substantial amount of vibrations done by shell fire and all these explosions, it made the bridge collapse after 11 days or 10 days. And that's the original part of the train track going through the tunnel. We're just on the bridge, somewhat away from the exit. That wasn't seen in the movie. I can see the tracks have been removed. There is some partial walkway down there, but this is a way through the scrub. I don't know if we can take it. And that on the other side is where it ends. So there is normally the tunnel exit, and the civilians would have fled the American advance coming through this gorge here. And the tunnel isn't very long. It seems to be longer in the movie, but it really isn't. It's about, I would say, by feet, 3 minutes and you're through. So we are now heading up to the top of that mountain cliff up there. Oh man, that's freaking steep. And I've already been all that way up. Have to go further. And now I've got pictures in my mind of young anti-aircraft gun artillery soldiers stepping this way down and up every day to attend to school down there in Erpel or Remagen, because when we were heading up this way to the top of the mountain, there would have been an anti-aircraft gun installation, and most oftenly it was that the soldiers there would have been young boys from the Hitlerjugend. That wall is parallel to the river Rhine. We're stepping up the Erpel, and this wall here seems to be made for purpose. I don't know what the purpose is, but maybe, so I am suspecting, this could have been a defense line that would have been manned by Wehrmacht soldiers as well as Reichswehr. We are atop the mountain. Just quite a steep way, you can see. I'm sweating overall. Totally wet through. We're going to take a look down here. Really huge view for wow. And we're going to take the area up there, that large plateau Germans would use in 1945 for anti-aircraft guns, which couldn't engage in the battle for the bridge because that cliffside here goes so steep down. We'll get a view on this later. Cannot point a cannon barrel down that way. It doesn't work. This is a vast open space. I wonder how wide the anti-aircraft guns, this gun position would have been up on here. Could have been that there was less that space that we have nowadays, but I don't really know. But let's gonna take a look down to where the bridge is located. From up here we can see the other side. That's the bridge portal on the other side of the river, and you do not even see the bridge portal or something from it on this side, so high above the bridge we are. So that would be the ferry to the other side, the other bank of the river Rhine. Really, I would like to take it, but my time here in Erpel is up. I have to meet Mrs. City Explorer soon, and yeah, have to get the train.
So it's another weekend and I'm back again at Remagen. This time it's the other side, the side that the Allied forces, Americans, approached in 1945 first. Man, what a view. Really gonna love it. On top of that mountain we were last week, and over there you can just see the bridge towers. What a sight. Really like it. Look who's accompanying me. Right. It's Mike from Michael from my early adventures with metal detecting and doing stuff. Will be a fun day because he isn't that grumpy. He's just eaten. Can you imagine? So that's one of the original parts of the bridge. This is from the loose end. So the bridge construction sits up there, and those drums allow the bridge to move. And this particular one was taken from the Rhine and then used for another bridge next to here at Decisive. So they scrapped all the metal out of the Rhine. This is particularly the structure on the counter side. So this is one side which is loose, and this is the side which is fixed. But there is something else I really like to show you, because these things are the bunkers of my favorite type. This is a German one-man bunker or splinter protection shelter. It's made completely out of concrete, and I think I got one on my channel already. So you can just take a look at this one and get it explained by me on the other video. Here we're just gonna move around and take a look at some of the features. Those first arches have been collapsed. I don't know if this was due to battle damage when the metal construction over the Rhine collapsed, or if this was undertaken after the war to demolish this building. I don't really know. Perhaps it's something for you to find out when you come here and visit the Remagen Peace Museum, which is located just in that tower of the bridge. They would guide you through, show you different things from back then, old photographs. I think they, even if you can't see it, they have a bomb on display. Constructed for war, destroyed in war, the tower shall always remind. Here fought the soldiers of two great nations, here died the heroes from near and far. I think that's French or Belgian. 12th Battalion Fusiliers Remagen. Okay. In recognition, 99th Infantry Division, United States Army checkerboard battle babies. The first complete infantry division to cross the Rhine, Remagen Erpel, March 10 to 11, 1945. This plaque erected by 99th Infantry Division Association. And that is the story of the bridge. At least which battalions and military units crossed it. And this one here is dedicated to the 9th Infantry Division and its attached units, who with much courage and determination began crossing the Ludendorff Bridge in the early morning hours of March the 8th. We honor and remember their bravery, suffering and supreme sacrifices in expanding the Remagen bridgehead. 8/24 March 1945.